Hi and welcome to another GC Mysteries video. This time we're looking into the Black Widow, Stacey Castor. The woman you see on your screens now is called Stacey Castor. Now she was born in Clay in New York in the US on the 24th of July 1967, and she was born to Jerry Daniels and Judy Eaton. Her early life started off well, and she was employed by an ambulance dispatch company, while her husband, Michael Wallace, was working nights as a mechanic. However, the family had little money, according to Castor. Now, Wallace was very close to Bree, showing a favouritism that Castor made up for by becoming best friends with elder daughter Ashley. Despite their closeness with their children, the couple grew apart, and it was rumoured that each were having affairs. Now, she was born Stacey Ruth Daniels, and isn't all that she looks in the lovely picture that you can see of her now. No way whatsoever. So, but she died on the 11th of June 2016. She was aged just 48. In this picture you can see Michael Wallace with his then wife Stacey. Now, he began to feel intermittently ill. Family members variously remember him as acting unsteady, coughing and seeming swollen. As his inexplicable sickness persisted over the holiday season, his family encouraged him to seek medical care, but he died in early 2000 before he could do so. Now, his and Stacey's daughter Ashley was 11 at the time of her father's death and had been alone with him. She always blamed herself for his death, even though she was just 11 at the time. She had noticed his ill appearance that day but thought nothing of it. Physicians later told Stacey that her husband had died of a heart attack, although Michael's sister was sceptical and requested an autopsy for Wallace. Stacey refused this autopsy, saying that she believed that the doctors were correct when diagnosing his cause of death. Surely, though, you would want to have a definitive answer as to how your husband has passed on. Not being put off by the death of her first husband, in 2003 Stacey married David Castor, who you can see with her now, and whose surname she used from then on. Castor was the owner of an air conditioning installation and repair company, and Stacey served as his office manager. In August 2005 at 2 p.m. one afternoon, Castor called her local sheriff's office to tell them that her husband had locked himself in their bedroom for a day following an argument and was not responding to his cell phone. When he did not appear at their shared workplace, she had become worried. She claimed that he was depressed and unable to get a response. Sergeant Robert Willoughby of the Onondaga County Sheriff's Department kicked in the door of his bedroom and found David Castor lying dead. Among the items near his body were a container of antifreeze and a half-full glass of bright green liquid. Willoughby says he remembers that Castor screamed, "He's not dead, he's not dead." And apparently the coroner reported it as a suicide. We'll see. Now, as you can see, detectives had doubts about this, and the detectives on the case ordered wiretappings on Stacey Castor's house. They listened in on phone calls for any unusual conversations or so-called code words. In addition, they set up cameras overlooking Stacey's house and the grave sites of her husbands, who had been buried side by side at Stacey Castor's request. Now, because the coroner had reported that David Castor had committed suicide through a self-administered lethal dose of antifreeze, that made the police look even more at Stacey. But the only person's fingerprints on the glass of antifreeze that was at the side of David Castor was Stacey's. And so the only way that they thought they would be able to prove that she killed both Michael Wallace and David Castor was to exhume Michael Wallace's body, as you can see in the image in this video, which is very sad work and eerie from what I've seen. In September 2007, Stacey Castor went one step further. Amid the mounting evidence against her that she had murdered both of her husbands, she began to panic, and after she learned that police had exhumed Michael Wallace's body and found traces of antifreeze in his system, she was believed to have devised a plan to set up her daughter Ashley for the murders. On Ashley's first day of college, investigators came to her school to question her about her father's death and to inform her that he had been poisoned instead of having died from a heart attack, as she was first told. Now, because she was upset, she called her mum, and soon after, Ashley said that Stacey invited her to come to the family home to have a drink together. Castor said that they had been through enough emotional stress and needed to relax. Ashley agreed, because Castor was not only her mother but her best friend. However, it was after that Ashley Wallace also started feeling ill effects, and and started to experience what her father and stepfather had been experiencing. So the following day, Stacey invited Ashley to drink together at home again. She says that her mother offered her a nasty tasting drink that she at first refused, but eventually drank because she trusted her mother. 17 hours later, however, Ashley was found comatose on her bed by her younger sister, Bree Wallace, having been poisoned by antifreeze in a attempted murder plot by not just anyone but her own mother. After Stacey's attempt to kill her own daughter, she was arrested in 2007 for second-degree murder in David's death and for attempting to murder Ashley and frame her for the murders of David and Michael Wallace. Now, prosecutors argued that the computer-generated note where Ashley confesses to killing Michael Wallace and David had actually been written by Castor. Ashley was 11 at the time of her father, Michael Wallace's death, and when brought up on the stand, she testified that she did not murder either her father or stepfather, nor did she write the suicide note. And Stacey's defense attorneys tried arguing the exact opposite, that Ashley had done it. She had confessed in this suicide note, and that was the only information that they needed. However, they needn't have bothered, because Stacey Castor was found guilty of murder, attempted murder on forgery, and sentenced to 51 years in prison. She died on the 11th of June 2016, aged 48, in Bedford Hills, New York, in prison. Thank you for watching this GC Mysteries video. If you liked it, please like, subscribe and click the notification bell. If you can, support us on Patreon at patreon.com/GC Mysteries. See us on Facebook and Twitter, GC Mysteries, and bye bye for now.